There are 7 things you should never throw in the bin because you can do something brilliant with them, and yet you probably always just throw them in your garbage can. I'll show you the ingenious tricks here. Instead of simply throwing an old toothbrush in the bin, you should light it on fire, as you can see here below the joint. But it shouldn't burn, it should just get a little soft so that you can now bend the head backwards. Do this until it is adjusted to 90 degrees. Hold it in this position briefly so that it becomes hard again. As soon as the whole thing holds by itself, you can let it go and use it for an ingenious purpose. Because if you put a small amount of toilet cleaner on it, you can get perfectly under the rim of your toilet and clean everything really well. This is because you usually can't reach these areas very well with a normal toilet brush. You can then rinse the toothbrush and put it with your other cleaning utensils and take it out whenever you need it. You should also never throw orange peels in the bin. At least not before you've done the following with them. Because once you've squeezed a few oranges, you'll end up with the peel. And you can actually do something really ingenious with it. But first you have to cut them into slightly smaller pieces, as you can see here. Once you've prepared a few, grab a glass and put all the orange peel in here. You can also use tangerine, lemon, or orange peel. All kinds of citrus peel are suitable for this. Once the jar is almost full, you will need one more ingredient. This is vinegar, because now you should fill the jar with vinegar. What we want to achieve in the end is that all the peels are submerged under the vinegar. If this is the case, then you should grab the lid and close the whole jar once, because now it needs to infuse. Leave it in a cool, dark place for about 2 to 3 weeks. When the time is up, grab a spray bottle and pour the whole thing through a sieve beforehand, because all we need now is the liquid from this. Once you have it in the spray bottle, you can keep it there for a long time, but dilute it with about the same amount of water first, because this is an incredibly effective orange cleaner. You can use it to clean your entire bathroom and you haven't even spent any money on it, as otherwise you would have simply thrown the orange peel in the bin. If you have a tumble dryer, take out this lint filter regularly and remove all the lint from it, but don't throw them in the bin, keep them. Because there's a really ingenious trick with these two. In addition to the lint, you will also need an empty toilet roll. You should now put the fluff into this. When the whole thing is filled, as you can see in my picture, the whole thing is ready, because you can now do something really ingenious with it. If you have a fireplace, you can use it to light the fire, because these are really good fire lighters. So add it to your wood, light it, and close the door. Now you just have to wait. The whole thing will burn slowly and ensure that the wood is ignited properly. And in the end, the fire will burn and you won't have had to spend money on a fire lighter. You'll just have used the materials you would have thrown in the bin. But there's another reason why you shouldn't throw empty toilet rolls in the bin. You also need some peanut butter. You should now smear it everywhere outside the toilet roll, and in such a way that there is a very thin layer on the entire roll, as you can see here with me. Once this is the case, we need one more ingredient. I use these grains for this. I put them on a plate and then roll the toilet roll in them. Thanks to the peanut butter, all the grains stick to it. However, you will still be able to help a little with your hand. Place a few more seeds on top and press them down firmly with your fingers. Make sure that you can hardly see any of the peanut butter at the end, but that these seeds are really everywhere on the toilet roll, because that's exactly what we want to achieve here. Now you can take it outside, because you can put a ribbon through it to hang it up somewhere outside, or you can simply clip it over a tree or bush like I'm doing here, because this is now a perfect bird feeding station. Hang the whole thing outside and the birds will go there and grab the bird food. This way you can give them a little help, especially in the cold seasons, but you should also never throw banana peels in the bin. And when you hear why, you'll only do it that way in future. To do this, you should put the banana peel in a pot. It's best to cut them into smaller pieces first, like you see here. I have now used about 100 grams of banana peel. We also need water. For 100 grams of banana peel, it should be 1 liter. You can of course adjust the quantities, but the mixing ratio should always be the same. Once we have added the whole thing to the pot, the next thing we want to do is just leave the pot like this. This will transfer all the nutrients from the banana peel into the water. So let it stand for about 2 days and then pour it through a sieve, because all we need is this liquid. You can then dispose of the banana peel. This is because we find a whole host of nutrients in the banana peel. especially phosphorus, potassium, and magnesium. And these are all nutrients that plants also need. That's why we usually find them in plant fertilizers. So instead of buying expensive fertilizers, you can water your plants with this water. Water them regularly, about every 2 times. This means once with normal water and the next time with the banana peel water. This way you can ensure really beautiful plant growth. And I'm really sure that you've always thrown these bags away when you found them somewhere. These are silica gel bags. The whole thing is silica gel, a drying agent. You can use this for lots of things. For example, if you put some in your toolbox, you can make sure that the tools don't start to rust. It is also very suitable for the cutlery drawer, because here too, rust film can collect on our cutlery. These small bags prevent this from happening, as the moisture now goes into these bags and can no longer settle on the cutlery. That's why the whole thing also works very well in a sports bag. Because when you put your sports clothes in there, a lot of sweat usually collects. And this sweat is absorbed by these little bags, so you can make sure that it doesn't smell musty in your sports bag. And for the same reason, they are also very suitable for your closet. You can simply place a few of them somewhere in your closet and also benefit from these advantages. Old documents, or particularly old photos, could also fade or become damp over time. To prevent this from happening, you can simply place a few of these bags between the pictures or documents. This way you can save important mementos. Of course, they also work very well in your shoes. Of course, because a lot of sweat can build up in them and they absorb it all. The moisture is therefore drawn out of the shoes. Even if your shoes get wet, these little bags can of course help you. And best of all, you can use them again and again. Because all you have to do to get the moisture out of the bags is put them in your oven, spread them well in here, and then turn it on to 100 degrees and leave them in your oven for 30 minutes. After that, the moisture is out again and you can use them again and again. And the absolute insider tip is to never throw lemon peels in the bin. Because you can do a completely different, really ingenious thing with these. You squeeze the lemons and end up with this peel, and you can now use it in your dishwasher for a really ingenious reason. All you have to do is put it in your dishwasher. These rods are best suited for this, because you can simply stick them over them, as you can see here, so that they hold really well and don't just fly around in your dishwasher. Now you can add your dishwasher detergent to the dishwasher as normal and distribute some of these lemon peels throughout the dishwasher. There can be up to 4. This is because the citric acid it contains has 2 brilliant advantages. Firstly, it ensures that your dishes get really nice and clean, the glasses shine and are really nice and clear. It also ensures that your dishwasher is descaled, so you can also increase its lifespan. Once the whole thing has run through, you can remove it again and then finally dispose of it. And if you want to find out more ingenious tricks that almost nobody knows but everyone should know, then be sure to watch the video you see on the screen now, because I'll show you there. Click on it directly.